another blowdown. This one, so much better to go through than the other one. It looks like they've done some work on it, but it still looks pretty fresh. Hello, I am leaving Harper's Ferry. It's about 10 till 9. I guess I got back on the trail about 8:15. I had to go by the post office and mail some things back. I stayed at the Harper's Ferry hostel, which is now called the Halfway Hideaway. It is owned by Hippie, a Triple Crowner, and I think he has done the Triple Crown multiple times. He is extremely nice. I had met him earlier on the trail. He was out hiking with his friend Walmart, who I also met, and I got my picture taken with Walmart carrying that brick. And at that time, Hippie told me that he had purchased this hostel. I did not know the new name, but before it was Halfway Hideaway and before it was Harper's Ferry Hostel, it was the T-Horse Inn, which I stayed in 2016 and 2018. They have completely redone the thing. It's very nice. The beds were extremely comfortable. It was extremely clean. The showers had abundant hot water, and it was quiet, at least where I was. They have a downstairs part and an upstairs part. It's a relatively small hostel, but I very much enjoyed my time there. If I had not taken 2 zeros in Front Royal, I probably would have taken a 0 there. Again, Hippie was extremely nice, knowledgeable, helpful, courteous, and I would highly recommend their hostel. On my way in yesterday, I stopped by the ATC, which is the official halfway point of the Appalachian Trail. I got my picture taken and I registered. I was number 547. When I started at Amicalola and registered there, I was 729. So either a lot of people have already dropped out, or I am going faster than I have in the past. After I went by the ATC yesterday, we're doing some mowing here. Hold on. After I got my picture taken and got all that registration stuff done, I went on my way to the hostel, and on the way there, I saw a couple of hikers, one of which was Coffee. I had met her at Stanimals. She's the one that broke 4 teeth, and I asked her if she had gotten them fixed yet, and she said yes she had, and she showed them to me, and they were beautiful. couldn't even tell that she had had all of that damage done. Anyway, they were outside having something from this bakery. She told me what it was, and I can't remember the name. But I went inside and got one to carry out to the hostel to have later after my shower, and it was so good. So good. It did not taste like pizza. I got one with protein on it, sausage and ham, and I think it had onions. But it didn't taste like pizza. It had cheese on it also. The bread was so yeasty and chewy and crunchy all at the same time. It was so delicious. And if I hadn't thought I needed protein, I would have eaten there again later. And if I had known that they are closed on Mondays and Tuesdays, and today is Monday, I would have gotten something last night for breakfast this morning, because I had tentatively planned to go there for breakfast this morning. But I ended up eating granola, and it was okay. But man, am I still thinking about that bakery. I got just a little taste in my video of the history of this place. If you are interested in American history, I would highly recommend that you visit this place. It seems to me to be mostly a tourist town. There's a lot of restoration going on with the houses and stuff, and it's impossible for me to try to cover it in video for my purposes of hiking. But there is so much there to see and to learn. I had to go by the post office this morning. I can't remember if I mentioned that, but I mailed a few things home. I got an extra set of tent stakes with my tent, which I picked up yesterday. So I sent home the old ones, and I also sent home my camp shoes. Since Sparrow told me not to go barefoot, those sandals are basically going barefoot, and I've been trying for a week or two to not use them to see how I did, and I did fine. Yeah, I like my feet to breathe, but I can let them breathe in my tent. So I sent those home. What else? Many of you have asked about Rabbit, and Rabbit will not be joining me. She's still having foot issues, though she's going to try to get on the trail. But she's going to get on the trail close to her home and hike north, and is not going to try to jump up and meet me because it's too far for her husband to come pick her up. And what else? There was something else. I think I'm going to do about 15 miles today. I've gotten a later start than I usually do, but I think I should make it handily. Oh, my new tent. I set it up in the yard of the hostel yesterday, and it seems to be a really nice tent. They've redesigned the poles, hopefully so that I won't have the same problem I had with the other poles, and I'm very excited to use it. And I think that's about it for today, or this morning. This is Rebound, signing out. I'm not sure, but I believe that is a great blue heron. It's hard to tell from this distance. I also forgot to mention that Halfway Hideaway was only $35 per night, and that included laundry. This is probably the least expensive hostel I have stayed at thus far, and it exceeded most of the ones that I've stayed at. I just wanted to thank whoever suggested the Merlin app. That is a really cool app. I've used it multiple times already. It can pick out a bird from its song, and then it will show you a picture of what the bird looks like. And I just used it. It identified 3 different birds from just listening. They're probably listening to me too and everything I say. But that is a really cool app. I've also been using the Seek app, which Rabbit recommended, and that has also been neat. I've been able to find the names of several different plants that I was curious about. So thank you all for that. I've gone from the Shenandoahs, where there is barely a place to poop or set up your tent, to this. I'm seeing so many places that are so flat and not many rocks where you could just set up a tent anywhere. I've had rocks most of the morning after that long flat stretch, and now it has gone back to more flat. We got a coolish breeze today, which is really nice, and I'm really enjoying these woods. The weeds, I'm sorry, Virginia. There was much to love about you. I love your people there. Met so many great people there and who are from there. But those weeds and bushes just make me feel claustrophobic. This area feels peaceful. I think that I am only going to be in West Virginia for a day or 2, and then I think I will be in Maryland. So that is exciting, to be passing through so many states so quickly, when I guess it took about a month to get through Virginia. And again, I'm not dissing Virginia. I've made friends with Virginia, but we all have our preferences, and that's okay. Hello, I did 17.8 miles today. I pushed a little bit further than the last shelter because there is a backpackers campground here that has a shower and flush toilets, and the water is hot. I was able to take a shower, and the lights are motion detected, so I had to keep stepping out of the shower and waving my hand to get the lights to come back on. So that was pretty funny. It looks like it's going to rain tonight, and this is my new tent, so we'll see how it does. So far it seems very nice. There are some improvements from the last model I had, and it seems very nice. This might be the same kind of material that my Nemo was made out of, that Osmo fabric that's made out of recycled materials, but seems to be very nice, and we shall see how it does. It was very easy today. Lots of people do what they call a flip-flop hike, where they start in Harper's Ferry, go up to Mount Katahdin, and then flip back down to Harper's Ferry and hike south. And the reason they do that in Harper's Ferry is because the trail out of Harper's Ferry is fairly easy, and that way they can get their trail legs before they hit the harder stuff in Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine. So it was a good day, and my feet have been aching a little. I don't know if it's the rocks or if I'm walking too fast or if I'm just doing too many miles. And I crossed over into the border of Maryland. I'm now in Maryland, and I think Bud told me I have about 26 miles until I get to Pennsylvania. So we're moving right along. And I guess that's it for the evening report. This is Rebound, signing out.